tip. This is our no frills tip. Uh, we're sitting in here in elk camp, actually. We're hunting with Mike Vaughn of Olympic Mountain Outfitters, and we're hunting Roosevelt elk out here in western Washington. And because we had so much interest in some of our bow building tips, um, I decided to show one of the things I like to do when I'm in hunting camp is I like to practice some of my survival skills. And one of the things I like to do is build survival bows. And what we did was we cut basically a 5 foot piece of alder here, and you look for pretty much the straightest one you can find. This is it's relatively straight. It's got a little bit of an S curve down here, but that's just going to give it some character. And as you can see, we came complete with some camouflage on here already with the moss growing. Well, after we cut a length, a reasonable length, five feet is probably good. Right around 60-inch bow is really good for a survival bow. I find the middle, and when you're out in the field, obviously you don't have a tape measure with you. So either I grab a piece of string and then I double it up, and then I remeasure it and find the middle. And I start by cutting a notch with my saw. I just cut straight down here and then cut down like that to give a shooting ledge. You could a lot of long bows you don't even have ledges, and you could just shoot right off the hand or off the handle or whatever. But I always prefer to have a ledge. It makes it that much more accurate. Once I've done that, I mark my handle. I basically just take my hand and go from the ledge and mark it down. And that way I know how long to start my limbs. Always hold the bow, and we're doing this with a knife. And I hold this, facing away from me, and I start hacking away. And I'm going to show you on the other side here. This is one side that I've already begun tillering and stuff, and I got it to a point where it's bending pretty good in the spots that I need it to bend. It's got a little bit of a curve right here that's not allowing this to bend really well, so I might need to take some more meat off of here, but for the beginning portion of it, it's working pretty good. So go back to my mark here, and I always want to look down where I made the first, so that I don't start cutting off on an angle that's different. And basically we just start hacking down from there and working my way down. But once I've started it, I don't need to keep that sight angle anymore, and I can just work it. You can sit in a camp chair. You can work it on the floor, and you just keep working it down like this. And then once I start getting it to this point like that, then you'll start working the sides and bringing it to a taper. Once you get to about halfway, now one of the things I like to do also is I like to just take the knife and mark how much meat I need to take out. So starting here and then just bringing it down to where I think I need to be, kind of gives me a guide, of what to work and how much meat I need to take out. So this is the fatter side of the log, or fatter side of the stick rather, and so there's going to be a lot more wood I need to take out here. So once I've gotten this to look more like this, then what I'll do is I'll start taking a little bit off at a time, and just kind of, because you'll have all these, I don't know if you can see this in that camera, but you see all these little undulations and all these like little divots and stuff like that. Essentially, that's going to cause weak spots. You want to kind of get that as smooth as possible. Almost if you can sand it with sandpaper, obviously if you had sandpaper in the woods, you probably won't be in trouble. But you're just going to use your knife and just kind of go nice and easy, using the pressure of your thumb on the back and kind of just peeling off a little bit at a time, you know. And basically, you're going to start somewhere like with this kind of a effect, and then you're going to work your way down to those small, peeling off just small amounts at a time. And then once it's done, obviously you need some kind of a string. I always carry paracord with me, and believe it or not, I always carry a couple of rolls of dental floss in my bag. Um, One, because I like to have dental floss with me, but two, dental floss is really strong. It's really light, and there's like 50 feet in 50 to 100 feet in some of the bigger rolls, and because it's waxed, you could actually braid it and turn that into a um, a bowstring, and it works really well. Um, it works almost as well as some primitive bowstring materials do. So that's basically it. Something like this, once you get it down, it'll take a couple hours, at best to do. Um, you just put little knocks on the top and knocks on the bottom and string it up. And oh, one quick point before you start stringing it up, start giving it, getting it used to bending, working the string in there when you have it so that it doesn't crack. If you start working it like this and it starts getting used to bending, it'll work a lot better for you. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you out in the field.